MyStonerMind. I've got the window open. Don't know if you can hear this, but there's a bit of a storm going on. Just kidding, it's completely fine outside. Blue skies. And that actually matches the blue sky, but on camera, it looks completely different. Anyway, that is an echo dot, and that is the source of the sound. Echo. Stop. Right. So now, what I'm about to do is attach this to my door. So this is that. Not too sure how well these screws are going to work, but this right here will close the door when it opens. There's different tension levels you can set. So this room itself can generate a certain amount of heat and sort of sustain it. But when the cats come and go all the time, the heat leaves. So I kind of need something to close the door, because I do close the door. I use this. This is a baseball bat. I keep it by the side of my desk. So I don't have to stand up every time the cats come in and close the door manually. And this right here is the door in question. So the closer is going to go down there on the bottom left. At first, I was going to put it here. But the long part of the closer that touches the door would then go behind the foam. And that would look a little silly. So, I mean, it's not as though the foam itself doesn't look silly, but it's all over the place because this room sounds like a bathroom without it. Plus, I make music, so I sort of need it. Okay, so this is what it's like right now. Let's pretend Peanut has just walked in. This is what would usually happen. Stays open. And then I'd have to push it closed. Only I'm not about to get up and do that. So I use this. I mean, I did used to get up and do it until I started using this. I'm not too sure how good the screws are that came with it, but I'm going to use them anyway. If they're bad, then that's just another reason to complain. So they can go there, along with this, which I'm not going to throw. Echo. Left light white. That's bright. Echo. Left light 10%. That's a bit better. Okay, so my door is completely closed, and if I was to put this on the flat part of the door frame, which is over here, there's a bit of a gap right there. So if your door fits flush against the door frame, you'll be fine. But what I've got to do is put it over here. That way, there's no gap. Also, what I'm going to do is use these screws right here. These are some that I had that I'd taken out of a speaker cabinet, and these are quite pointy on the ends, so they'll go into the wood fairly easily. And by the way, if you're putting a speaker box together, always drill pilot holes if you're using screws, or you end up splitting the wood. In the summer months, when you don't want your door closing, when you want a bit of airflow, what you can do is lift that up like that. Okay, so I've marked one of the holes and stuck that screw in it. Here is where the other hole's supposed to be. I've got longer screws if I need them. And what I'm going to do with this is probably just stick it on, rather than drill holes into here. Alright, so that goes on. I'm not really a fan of using a drill, but drills have their uses. Alright, that is solid. That's not going anywhere. Now for this bit, which will go like that. So that will go there. I could just stick that on, literally stick it on, with some hot glue. In fact, what I could do is just use some of this. Double-sided tape. Super sticky. Alright, let's try this then. I think that's level, just about. Should be fine there. Alright, so I'm going to cut that in half, this way. Okay, so first half, like that. I think I'm going to need another couple of layers. Okay, what I'm going to do is put the next 2 layers on, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to listen to some music. Echo, play Weedman by Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Weedman by Channel Tres from Spotify.
Weedman. Echo, stop. She called it Weedman. Echo, play Bone Thugs and Harmony. Weedman.
Weedman by Bone Thugs and Harmony from Spotify.
Weedman, as though it's a surname. Okay, so this is finally done. Now I can stick it against the door. And it should stay there, because I mean it's going to have constant pressure against it. So, there. Obviously I don't need to press against it. Let's see how well it works. Open the door. Nice. All right. So there's different tension levels you can set. And the way you set those, so turn this a little bit, push it, that loosens this, that comes out. There's basically a hole in there, this goes through it. So one turn, and then you see that hole again? Put that in there. And that is one level lower. Now, let's try that again. Alright, I think I'll probably leave it on that. I think that's the lowest setting it has. It's loose, but then the cats can come and go when they want. Okay, it's raining again. Echo, stop. Door sorted. Open. Closed. Okay, so it's been about 3 days. This is working really well. The cats are getting used to it, used to the door closing behind them, and wanting to close when they pull it open. Peanut's getting used to having to push on the door a bit more. What I'll do with this eventually is turn it up a notch. So I'll put it onto its next setting. I've done that already, I've tried it out, and Pancake's been able to leave the room as well as get in. Takes a little bit more effort, but I'll leave it on the minimum setting for now. That way she'll get used to it, and so will Peanut. And then maybe after about a week or so, I'll put it on its next setting up, but they'll still be able to manage. But with it being put on the next setting up from this, the door will close a little bit more than that. In fact, it'll close all the way to there. Whereas right now, the door closes to about there. So what I have here is another one. This one's going to go in the bedroom and try to help keep that a little warmer at night when they decide to run in and out. Usually what they do is come in and the door just swings open. I usually have to block the door from opening completely, so this will definitely help. If you're after a door closer, I'll be available part-time. Just kidding. Links in the description, and I'll catch you in the next one.